presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
Hello and welcome to Meet China. I'm Lulu, and I'm coming to you from Huangqiao Town in East China's Jiangsu province. This town has history dates back centuries. It's renowned for its architecture, its traditions. Visitors can come here, stroll these old streets, and get a glimpse of the traditional lifestyle in this part of the region. And today, we will explore China through three exciting lenses. We will first of all look at the economic dynamics at the China International Import Expo. Then we marvel at the wonders at the Yellow River, China's mother river. And that is before we immerse ourselves in the world of traditional Chinese ceramics. Now, in an ever-connected world, open and free trade is more vital than ever. At the China International Import Expo, global brands find a great platform to tap into the Chinese market, showcasing their latest products and consumption trends. Time now as we explore the buzz at this event as it celebrates its 7th edition in 2024.
Pakistani jade, Swedish coke, Belgian chocolate. At one of the lively streets in Shanghai, Nanjing West Road, citizens are embracing newfangled and niche gadgets from around the world. Many of the products are new to China. After debuting at the 7th China International Import Expo, they have arrived at this bazaar where they will attract more buyers. And yet, merchants like Mia and Sandals are not new to the CIE. They always be here at the bazaar after the official expo. For them, this is an opportunity to reach more ordinary consumers.
So our motive to go to CIE is to have B2B customers, not B2C customers. Over here is B2C customers. So yes, in terms of retail price, it's you can bargain a little bit. 6 days in CIE, it was good, and we meet a lot of new customers, a lot of wholesalers, and a lot of new people. And I hope that in the future we can do business. As most of the customers, they ask that after CIE, do you have any shop or any place we can go and look for your products? So this one is like one of the best options for them to have almost every countries in one place in the main heart of the city.
Compared to last year, is 30% more. This year we are selling per day is 10,000. At the time of the CIE, we are doing like 20,000 per day.
Oh, 20,000 for the CIE.
Yeah.
And at this bazaar is
10,000.
Compared with last year, the number of our merchants at this year's bazaar has increased to over 30, and the number of types of goods in the CIE has exceeded 5,000. This year, our store has changed from a pop-up store to a standing store, so people can easily buy global goods at the expo. The daily passenger flow during the CIE was about 3,000.
Between 2018 and 2024, the CIE has developed from an exhibition of imported goods to become an enlarged international platform to promote encounters between China and the world market. The 7th Expo sees the continued expansion of China's super large-scale market. The CIE also promotes foreign trade in Shanghai and surrounding areas. In 2023, Shanghai's total trade volume reached 4.21 trillion yuan, an increase of over 24% over 2018.
This is the Yangshan Port in Shanghai, the world's largest automated container terminal. Since 2018, Yangshan Port has become the main hub of global cargoes for the CIE, witnessing the steady growth of China's foreign trade and the firm steps of high-level opening up.
Since the inaugural CIE in 2018, the number of direct flight routes, the shipping companies, and the total of carrying capacity deployed have all been steadily increasing. with annual container throughput growing from 18.4 million TEU to 25 million TEU. Notably, the efficiency requirements for exhibit setup at the CIE have driven the development of direct fly routes, such as those to San Antonio Port in Chile and the recently opened Chancay Port in Peru.
The vitality of foreign trade promotes the development of shipping. Costco Shipping Lines, which has participated in the expo for 7 consecutive years, transported about 70% of the international exhibits this year. After the expo, they welcomed more new overseas customers and saw business increase.
More than 80% of the customers I have met are new to the CIE. This year, there are many exhibitors from less developed regions that will cooperate with us on their first shipment. More international merchants will establish contact with us throughout the CIE. The experience of attending the CIE 7 times has also made us more skilled in digital and technological services.
According to an official report, the spillover effect of the expo this year reached a new high with 72 points, an increase of 25% compared with the 5th CIE, and 169% from the first session.
China inject a positive momentum into global economy, and China is really would like to give more support to the Import Expo. China is doing that by actually plan and implement such a huge expo for the world. As Premier Li Qiang said at the expo this year, China's openness will be even higher, and China will continue to contribute to the world growth, and by buying the world and stimulating the world economy and contribute to world GDP growth.
By November 9th, 80 enterprises had already booked their exhibition areas for the CIE in 2025, covering 100,000 square meters. Looking ahead, the world expects to see a larger stage in China and the next dynamic moment in global trade.
Discover the potential. Witness the opportunities. Experience dazzling exhibitions and captivating events. Explore groundbreaking innovations and future-shaping industries. Stand at the crossroads where the cities of tomorrow meet timeless traditions. Meet China, where every story is a new discovery.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Ningxia province in northwest China is renowned for its luscious grapes and exquisite wines, all thanks to the mighty Yellow River. This incredible waterway transformed what was once dry and barren land into a flourishing region and shaping a great civilization around its banks.
This is the last job of this year for the 1 year. It's a pretty good weather, and I think we got really quality things. Right?
Yeah, what I can see for this year was very good, and I can see that the vine needs to be protected. You have to continue to protect the vine. This is protection for the winter, like our baby. You can go.
Cover the vines with soil, at least this high. We need to protect them as we protect babies.
Nicholas Germa's family have been in the Bordeaux wine business for 6 generations. Few of the world's top wine regions are unknown to him, but coming to the eastern foothills of the Hualan Mountains in Ningxia has been a real eye-opener for him.
After October, just after the harvest, we bury the vine and we protect the vine behind. It's only unique. In the world, there's only one area, one country is doing this. The winter is very, very long and also very cold, which kill all the disease. This is very important. So that is to say, each year we have less and less disease. I was very attractive and about Ningxia climatic condition, very interesting compared to Bordeaux. For example, in Bordeaux, it's raining like 900 millimeters of rain each year. In Ningxia, only 120, so very small. Here, you have a lot of sunshine. For example, in Ningxia, we have 3,000 hours of sunshine. In Bordeaux, we have 1,500 hours, and very hot during the day, but also very cool night, which bring a lot of tannin and good polyphenol. Very interesting to make good wine.
Nicholas is convinced that the eastern foothills of the Hualan Mountains is just the place he's looking for. Meanwhile, his winemaker, Maria Teresa Romero Ponce, a Chilean girl who was born in the 1990s, has seen another side to this land.
Body is full, soft.
Structure.
Yeah.
2022 vintage.
Yeah, this is a good one. Very good.
And everything is possible thanks to the Yellow River.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could not do these amazing wines without the Yellow River.
That's true.
Yeah.
For us, it's really important as winemakers because all the water, we take it from the Yellow River. So in Chile, our water is mainly coming from the mountain, linked to the river. But I think that we don't have as much culture or as much history on a river like Ningxia. So yeah, sometimes I go as well to the museum. On the museum, the girls explain me everything, how from the ancient times people take the water, dig the drains. It's super, super interesting. Yellow River is culture, is history, and it also have minerals, have compounds inside, and that make it different as well.
The Yellow River and the culture and civilization it created, unique sources of inspiration for one young winemaker. The Yellow River, with its long history, has left in its wake not just wealth, but also a host of unique local customs.
These are fruits. You can take 4 or 5, or even 7 or 8 of them.
So bubble chai is really interesting because you have different elements, all mix it, and then you have an amazing tea. And you can drink it whole day. So this is really, really similar to what we do as winemakers.
This covered bowl has a special meaning. It indicates the unity of heaven, earth, and humanity. The cover represents heaven, the bowl represents humanity, and the plate represents earth. So when they are combined, they exemplify the unity of heaven, earth, and humanity.
It's like wine. There are people, climate, and land. They're all connected.
Exactly.
Because I'm planning to stay longer, so I keep learning more about culture. I think wine is always culture. We are already unique, but we can develop a more unique wine from Ningxia, understanding every single element from the region.
We are very connected from the soil to the sky, and the wine is make you the things between. I'm very proud to make the best wine of China and to show to the world.
Today, thanks to the increasing popularity of the Ningxia wine region, the terroir of the eastern foothills of the Hualan Mountains is a much-discussed topic in wine circles. What's its secret? The answer to that question is to be found in the Yellow River, the Hualan Mountains, in the folk songs that are sung across the Ningxia plain, and in the footsteps of the Ningxia people as they trot across the globe. The good thing is that nowadays, more and more people are decoding this special terroir, and in the process of extolling the Yellow River and its virtues to the entire world.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy. and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
We continue our journey with Mr. Li Keming, a fourth-generation inheritor of the legendary Ru kiln. Duplicating ancient ceramic pieces is a must for a cultural inheritor like Li. But now he spends much time brainstorming about how to make this art form more appealing to everyday people, especially the younger generations born in the 1990s and 2000s. He's also determined to make Ru kiln resonate internationally. And for that, Li sets off on another journey.
You feel as if you exist in different times. How can we refine from ancient culture and make it acceptable to people today?
This is the Central Park in Zhujiao, a city with history of more than 1,400 years. From its size to its simple but elegant design, the park is an environmental pleasure for the 1 million residents in the city of nearly 1,600 square kilometers. Completed in 2017, the park also highlights this ancient city's new image. Well, Li Keming, the inheritor of the Zhu kiln, couldn't help wondering if it was time for a new image for the packaging for his Zhu wares. Just like the old saying, fine feathers make fine birds. Since 2019, Li and his design team had spent over 2 years working on it. Product presentation plays a significant role in establishing brand image in the global market. Look at these new designs. The dominant color derives from the classical sky blue and white tones of Zhu porcelain and is easily recognizable. But when it came to the Chinese characters, it's anything but easy.
Just look at these over 100 characters. We spent half a year choosing the final font.
Li adopted the Song block print edition after analyzing and dissecting the stroke structures written about 850 years ago. I'm not exaggerating here. Chinese today can understand what was written in the 12th century and before. The color system and the highly selective typeface of Chinese characters proved the winning combination for Germany's Red Dot Design Award in 2021. But Li says ideological transformation is a painful process.
How can we refine from ancient culture and make it acceptable to people today? How can we make museum collections, say, porcelain articles only used by the imperial families during the Song dynasty, accessible to people today? I just can't accept the fact that I'm still focusing on making replicas. That's far beyond the reach of ordinary people. For an inheritor, you must learn and grasp the craftsmanship of duplicating ancient ceramics. But how can you make the Ru wares more attractive to ordinary people, particularly younger generations born in the 1990s and the 2000s?
To find those answers, the young inheritor traveled extensively and researched thoroughly in the past 11 years. But he found his greatest inspiration in his hometown.
My favorite place is Bangshui Temple in Ruzhou, which has a history of over 1,000 years. As soon as I'm there, I feel a sense of time travel. Really, you feel as if you exist in different times. And I think that's the charm of the temple.
I was very much intrigued and followed him to pay tribute at the temple. Sitting only 9 kilometers northeast of the city, the Fengxie Temple is known as a museum of ancient architecture, with over 150 structures constructed during 5 dynasties. Built in the Northern Wei dynasty from 386 to 534, the temple has a history of over 1,500 years. Its unique layout includes palaces and pagoda clusters. The twists and turns of the mountain roads finally led us to his old friend Yan Wu, the Zen master of the temple.
Master, here we are.
Come in, please.
How do you do, Master Yan Wu?
How do you do?
The master told me that the cultural heritage of the Ru King has no doubt an inherent connection with the history of the city.
During the Northern Song dynasty, Ruzhou was an important town of Zen culture, and it was the origin of the largest branch of Zen, known as the School of Ningxia. Zen culture started to influence Ruzhou during the late Tang dynasty and developed greatly in the city. The pursuit of Zen is to awaken a pure mind and confidence, and this purity of mind and the minimalist aesthetics of Taoism form the cultural background of the Ru King.
The Zen master also believes that innovation should first adhere to the fundamental principle of excellent traditional Chinese culture, and then it should meet the needs for people today as well as our understanding about this era.
In terms of Zen culture, we advocate an integration of internal and external cultivation. If one is in a state of restlessness in life and work, they will definitely not be able to live a good life or create beautiful works of art. First and foremost, one should be in a good condition with a peaceful mind and then perform well in their career.
Marketing manager Yang Yi explains the how and why. She says each team member starts to pick up the history of Chinese culture as they work. She's quite confident that the jewelers, simple but not monotonous, have the magic to soothe the restless mind of people trapped by the information age.
We may have been influenced by Western cultures since we were young. For example, we watched Disney movies when we were kids, or were familiar with overseas brand names. Perhaps they're good at promoting. But in recent years, we've regained some cultural confidence, and Ru porcelain is a good example. Although there are only 4 colors in the Ru wares, they're very charming, and you'll never be tired of appreciating Ru porcelains. Now we're committed to a reverse cultural output.
This July saw Li bring his Ru porcelain creations to Paris. And together with other Chinese inheritors, Li was at the Louvre at an exhibition held by the World Federation of UNESCO cities, centers, and associations. No matter how far he goes, Li now keeps thinking about his 6-month-old daughter, Muli, whose name means jasmine flower in English. When it comes to his baby girl, he can't help smiling.
So she's kind of making her own decisions. So she stayed in her mom's womb till that particular day arrived. In this particular case, she's a bit like me.
For Li in the entrepreneurial phase, family time is his prime time, seeing his baby daughter grow up and his own development as well. For the calm, introverted craftsman, constant rediscovery of the self will continue to be reflected in his work. As Li puts it, more innovation will be based on further exploring the historical context and traditional roots of the ancient Ru Ken.
Wow, this is the very famous Huangcha local pancake. And those pancakes are an important part of the local Zaocha. It's a tradition, which means breakfast with morning tea. As you can see, this is more than a meal. It brings people together to enjoy the food and the conversation. Hence, it's a cherished ritual. Now, I'm going to savor my Zaocha with my friend, and I will close out this edition of Meet China. But don't go just yet. Next week, we'll take you on another exciting journey across China. I'm Lulu, and I can't wait to see you next week.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.